is a South African creator on this app whose whole page is about women coming and talking about things that they've gone through in their relationship. So this woman calls in and she starts talking about her relationship or her past relationship. And it's probably the craziest story that I've ever heard in my whole entire life. The lady begins by saying that she got a loan for her boyfriend to be able to get a car. 3 weeks into the boyfriend having the car, he's not allowing the girlfriend into the car. Surprise, surprise, the man has a side chick whom he's driving around in this car. So the girlfriend finds out about the side chick and decides to go and confront them. So she finds them in the car, goes to confront the boyfriend, and guess what the boyfriend does? He takes a gun out of the glove compartment of the car, hands the gun over to the side chick, and tells the side chick to shoot the girlfriend. The girlfriend wakes up from the ICU after 3 months. 3 months. So she's trying to heal and move on with her life. The boyfriend comes back into her life, tells her to forgive him. Oh, I'm so sorry that I tried to unalive you via my side chick, And she decides to forgive him. If that's not the craziest part, the story gets even crazier. So they decide to move on with their relationship. Things are good. Months into it, they get into it. And guess what the man does? He runs her over. But not only that, he breaks her ankle. And guess what happens? She has to get that leg amputated. When I heard that, I wanted to get into the bushes and weep. If you thought it couldn't get any crazier, it gets crazier. So after he tries to unalive her, runs her over with the car, she gets her leg amputated, the man comes back again. The audacity of this man. He comes back. He butters her up. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I won't unalive you. I won't run you over with the car again. Your other leg won't get amputated. I promise. She decides to forgive him. And guess what she does? She goes and gets another loan to buy this man a house. I was left speechless listening to this lady's story because I could not fathom. This is the type of story that makes you want to sit in a dark room and reflect on the choices that you have made in your life and reflect on maybe some of the things that you may have allowed to slide in your relationship. Anyways, kudos to her to being able to get on this internet and tell that story because you would have not gotten that out of me. Trust.
Some women are beyond saving. Let me repeat this for you. Some women are beyond saving, and that's a fact. If you've ever been in a situation like myself where you are teaching women how to better their lives, you give women advice, maybe you're the person in your family that impart wisdom and you give other women advice, or you had a friend that was in the wrong direction and you're giving advice, and no matter what you do, these people are not listening. Like, you can't get through to them. Just know that you are not doing anything wrong. You did your part, because if you spoke to the person, especially without judgment, and you spoke to the person with empathy, you did what you're supposed to do, because God is using you to get a message to this person. There's only so much the universe can do. There's only so much messages that the universe can send, like your spirit guides or God or whatnot. If you refuse to listen to your intuition, and if you refuse to love yourself, because this whole story is an act of extreme self-hate, because someone who loves themselves is not going to put themselves through something like this. I mean, someone who loves themselves is not going to take out a loan for a man, because in nowhere, in no universe, I am taking out a loan for a grown-ass man. Even if it's my husband, I'm not taking out a loan where the man is the only one that's benefiting from that loan. There's no way on this God green earth that is going to happen, because the fuck, I like to sleep well at night, and I don't want to be laying in bed at night stressing about being in debt and trying to find money to pay back that debt. Like, girl, no. I like to sleep well at night, okay? I'm going to talk about this story. Actually, you know what? I am going to talk about this, but I am not going to even touch any points in the story particularly, because, I mean, you already heard the story. Most likely, you would have seen the video before you even heard my voice. So you all already know what happened. I want you to understand that not everybody is going to be hypergamous. Not everybody is going to be about that sprinkle life. Not everybody is going to be about self-love. Some people have a different journey. And I always say that it is not your job to save someone from their karma. People that are in this type of situations are paying off karmic debt. They have to go through that. That's probably why they incarnated here. And I know people in the spiritual community would say that, yeah, you attracted this. And people that are not part of the spiritual community they don't like it because they think it's blaming the victim and blah, blah, blah. But, I am a spiritual person. I believe in karma. I believe the law of attraction, and I live my life according to the universal laws. I believe I did a video on my Patreon where I talked about the universal laws. If you are on my metaphysical tier on Patreon, I suggest that you go and, watch that video. I'm sure I did that video. If I haven't, then I guess I'll have to do it. Please bear with me because I have so much videos on my Patreon. I have over 500 videos and counting on there. So it's a lot. I've been around for a while. Going back on topic, people are going to look at the situation and they're going to say, well, oh, she is stupid. What the F is wrong with her? Why doesn't she leave? Like, how much is she going to take before she open her eyes and walk away? Some people, they simply have to learn the hard way. One day she's either going to snap out of it or she is going to die by the hands of that man. It's that simple. Women put up with BS all the time. And then when you try to talk to them about it and you try to tell them like, girl, know your worth, you deserve better, some of these women will get really angry with you. I've experienced this, and I've experienced this in real life. And this is one of the reasons why I do what I do, because I remember I was giving someone advice because the path this person was heading was obviously the path of destruction. And guess what? Their life is done. It's going to take a lot of inner work and a lot of spiritual work, and it's going to take a lot to get this person out of the pit that they work themselves into. But I tried to save that person, and that person told me to mind my business, shut the fuck up, I'm jealous, and that's why I can't keep a man. This was obviously before I got married. And, before I got married, I wasn't the one to be in long-term relationships because I don't really like long-term relationship. I mean, my last long-term relationship was 3 years. After being in 3 quote-unquote long-term relationship, I was like, you know what? I am done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to either continue living my life, and if no one wants to take me seriously and marry me, well, then I'm not going to entertain anyone. But, it was, during that time in my life where, all my friends would either be married or they would be shacked up with someone, with a guy, and I would be judged because I was happy being just for simply being single. But anyways, she told me, mind my business. Who do I think I am? You think you're better than me, blah, blah, blah. That's what she said. That's what she told me. I was really trying to save this person. And that was the last time I ever gave unsolicited advice, because I always said that if anyone wants my advice, they'll have to pay me. I will come on here on the internet and share my wisdom and give advice for the people that want it. The people that need to hear what I have to say, those people will find me. I am not chasing anyone. I am not trying to save anyone, especially if they do not ask for my help. So I will give you the same advice. I will tell you to do the same, because these women, they need to experience that horrible situation in order for them to learn. Because karma is real, and people incarnate here for a specific experience and to learn specific lessons. There's a reason why there are women that seemingly always had good experience with men. It's like they come here to just exist. Some people are just here to exist. They are just here to exist, okay? The women that are living the soft life and it's effortless, and they never seem to go through a lot. They've always had, great experience with men. Men adore them and whatnot. Those women, that's what they came here for. They did the work maybe in this life or in a previous life, and they're just here to rest or exist. I remember Dolores Cannon, and if you do not know who Dolores Cannon is, she is very popular in the spiritual community, and I highly recommend that you go look up her work, But she said that if you see someone that seems to be here resting, maybe they finish all the work that they came here to do. They finish all the spiritual work and the karmic work, or maybe they're resting for something. People that are going through this kind of crazy existence and it doesn't make sense, and people are talking to them and they're not listening, and they just keep repeating the same mistake over and over to their detriment. It is time for you to step back and leave them alone. I don't even work with women like this, okay? Because I can't help all women, okay? And I'll tell you why I don't work with women who are in abusive relationships. Simply because of my experience, my personal experience, because those women will put you in danger. I had a family member put me in danger. I know other women or other people that were trying to save a family member from an abusive relationship, and they were attacked, ended up in the hospital, almost died by the victim's partner. The most they're going to get out of me is a number, a phone number for one of those organizations that help women that are, victims of DV, all right? And narcissistic abuse and all type of abuse, okay? There are resources for those women, and those resources are available to them for whenever they are ready. But it is not your job to save anyone, because I can guarantee you, most women that are in these crazy situations where they're basically trapped in some kind of abusive marriage or whatnot. And the funny thing is, this girl is not even trapped, because it doesn't seem to me, well, according to the storyteller, it doesn't look like they live together or something like that. But I could be wrong. This could very well be, someone in a relationship with someone and they live together. You never know. I was talking about people that are living with these monsters, they're abusers. It is very difficult, because I read somewhere that it takes 9 women to save one woman from an abusive relationship. It takes about 9 women or 9 people to help remove someone from a situation like that. Okay, it literally takes a whole fucking village to save these people. And again, I'm not blaming them. Okay, I'm gonna try to be as empathetic as I possibly can. I have come to a point in my life where I no longer feel, angry or judgmental towards those people, because, I am not a psychologist, and there is definitely a psychology in these type of situations, because the victims, they do feel trapped. And most of them, that's all they know. Back to what I was saying about helping these women. I remember when I used to go live on Facebook all the time. I haven't been live on Facebook in a while, but I remember I used to go live on Facebook, giving advice and, sharing knowledge or whatnot. And there were women that would come to me and they would tell me that, oh, Maria, I live here. Sometimes they live in places like Africa. They live in third world countries, and they probably live in abstract poverty or whatnot. And they'll come to me and tell me that, I really want to get out of this relationship. I don't know what to do. I have all these kids or whatnot. I'm like, okay, do you have a job? No, I don't have a job. Like someone like that, I really, really, I'm being honest with you, I really can't help you. I really can't help you, because if you are trying to elevate your life, if you're trying to elevate your social life by climbing the social ladder and moving from one class to the next, okay, like maybe you're working class and you're trying to move from middle class, or you're middle class and you're trying to move from upper class, then yes, I will help you do that. That's what my Patreon is for. And if that's something that you're interested in, I recommend that you join my Patreon. The link is in the description. If you are trying to make extra money, that's where I come in. I would, encourage you, and I will encourage you to create multiple streams of income. Okay, I help you make good decisions that are going to be super beneficial to you in the long run, because I do not have any quick fixes to offer. I don't offer quick fixes because I don't believe that things can be fixed quickly. I believe that things take time, especially good things. Good things take time, it takes energy, and it takes work. Nothing good comes easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. You have to start working from within, working with your mindset and your self-concept and the belief that you have about yourself, because a lot of these people that end up in these kind of abusive situations, a lot of these people do not love themselves. They do not have a good opinion of themselves. they constantly need approval. And these are the same type of people that end up in cults, okay? People that join cults needs to be studied. Because, usually when, you're hearing about a cult, you hear about, the person that was running the cult and maybe he ended up in prison or something like that. You hear about the villain, okay? Which is the cult leader. But sometimes I wonder, and maybe they did do studies on this, but sometimes I wonder if anyone took the time to really study the mindset, the psyche of the people that end up in cults. Because that shit is fucking weird. I can't imagine joining a cult because nobody can control me. You just can't. Okay? You can't tell me how to live my life. You can't put me to work and take the majority of my income. You can't do that to me. And this is the type of situations that these people are in. This story is insane. That man is clearly evil. Okay? I screenshotted a comment under that video. I guess we're going to go back to, the spirituality part of this topic. This commenter said, honestly, I believe in witchcraft because of this story. Because why? And then someone came right after and said, oh, please shut up. There is no witchcraft. That man is a narcissist. They are skilled at manipulation, but you Africans always come up with witchcraft. Shit. That's a valid, these two people, even though they're arguing, they both have valid points, okay? Yes, that man is a narcissist, but it's still spiritual. It's not witchcraft per se, but the person that is in a relationship with a narcissist, the person that is being manipulated and controlled by the narcissist, that person is under spiritual attack because a narcissist is under demonic influence. Because there is no way that that entity is human. That is definitely demonic because of its parasitic nature. The narcissists have absolutely nothing to offer. The narcissist's job is to take and take and take and take until you're left with nothing. They will take your life too, if you allow them. Okay, they will take away your breath and leave you dead, lifeless, leave you as nothing. They will take your soul, okay? That shit is not normal human behavior. Because to be human is to have empathy and to be considerate and give value. And that's how it is supposed to be. That's how it works. Okay? Someone that only takes, and not only take so much from you, but they never add to you and they always have you under stress and the person is physically harming you too. Like that is demonic. Okay, so narcissists are under demonic influence. And if you are involved with a narcissist, especially if you've been in a relationship with them for years, you have been under consistent spiritual attack. So that's why it's going to appear as witchcraft. And I get this comment and I get both of their points, okay? Yes, it's a narcissist because that is what, the 3D is calling these creatures. The 3D is calling them, NPDs, narcissistic personality disorder. But in the spiritual world, these people are parasites. These people are demonic entities. They are vampires, okay? A vampire is not, a creature that sucks your blood. A vampire is a spiritual entity. And a vampire lives off your energy, okay? This is how different the brain of a narcissist is compared to a regular person, okay? If a regular person gets stranded on an island, the first thing that person is going to do is look around for food and find a way to build shelter and stuff like that. Just basically find a way to survive, okay? That's what a regular person would do. A regular person will try to figure it out and try to survive until they're rescued, okay? A narcissist, the first thing the narcissist is going to do if he's stranded on an island is look for another person. That's the first thing a narcissist is going to do. They're going to look to find another human being. And if they don't, they're just going to wither away and die. They constantly need your attention and your energy and your validation and stuff like that because that's a vampire. So yes, this is absolutely spiritual. So witchcraft, maybe not, but it's definitely spiritual, okay? It's demonic. And this story, the things that this girl is going through is absolutely insane and absolutely demonic because there is no way that this shit is normal. And yes, it's easy for us to point a finger and say, well, she chose that and, she's dumb, blah, blah, blah. Yes, of course she is. She's all of that. But at the end of the day, people like that are beyond saving. You cannot save them. They have to save themselves. If they don't do it in this incarnation, they'll have to do it in the next. Because the brain of the victim of these narcissists or whatnot, I believe that it needs to be studied because it's not normal. It's different from a regular person. This story is very upsetting, but at the end of the day, I don't get upset about these stories anymore because I realize that this person is living out this existence for a reason. Because if your daddy warned you, your mama warned you, your friends warn you, people on the internet warning you and telling you, girl, no, don't go back, and you keep going back, and the person is still harming you, like, girl, at this point, you do not need help. You don't want help. So you go ahead and, live that life, and hopefully all we can do is pray that you wake up and you snap out of it before that person, kills you. So yeah, very strange story and probably not my usual type of content, but, and I know my take on these stories are going to be different from everyone else that you may listen to on YouTube, because I believe that if you want your physical life to be good, you have to work on your spiritual life. This life is not just a physical life, y'all. This is spiritual. It's mostly spiritual. The physical world is just a hologram. It's not real. And the only way you can change the physical world is if you change the inner world. So that's why, I talk about this stuff sometimes. But yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to post this video, but I feel maybe someone needs to hear it, so I might post it. Thanks for listening.